Miguelito made it through the TSA today.
I know it didn't get frisked at all, man. The first time in a while.
Yeah.
Although I, although I did forget to take out my Apple Watch, so they had to check me for my arms. But that's about it. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Had a great weekend, dude. Got a lot of things done.
So much sports this weekend, dude. And tonight, Spurs Pistons. It's exciting times.
Pistons preview. Yeah, I got to watch the fight, the Barrios fight. I went over to Alex's and Jen's, and I was watching over there with Alex. He was telling me that every time he was watching the hockey, right, the women's hockey and the men's hockey, every time they do a goal, he takes a Jello shot.
Yeah, he'll do things like a shot every time that Wemby shoots a three, he make the three or whatever. I'm like, no, man, we'll be drunk in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I think
Good morning, everybody.
Show.
Yeah, we got started a little late today. Mike had to go through the TSA. Made it through. He didn't have to frisk him this time.
But so many people complain about me doing a show in the middle of a terminal. How animated can I be? $30 out.
I was going to sneeze. I guess not. Damn. Dude, my car is covered in pollen, man. There's that much pollen all over my car. You can imagine all the crap we're all breathing in over here in San Antonio.
I feel it, dude. I feel it.
Already the Necios in the chat, dude. It's funny.
Yes, sir.
Area 210, where the dreams don't fade. From the river walk nights to the Alamo shade. We rise together through the highs and the lows. Area 210, oh, it's the life that we chose.
We're rising together on a game day Monday for the San Antonio Spurs. This is the Area 210 podcast brought to you by Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio and P.F. Chang's La Cantera. My name is Mike Jimenez. Joe Garcia is out at the studio right now. I'm at the Houston International Airport getting ready to board a flight in an hour and a half to Charlotte because I'm going to be working over there for the week. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Joe, how you doing, man?
Doing good. I wanted to say that we do have a new video. So if everybody wants to see the new video, you got to pay $5. But
I will tell you this much. It's worth it. It's worth it.
This is what it looks like.
No. Don't show them. Don't show them. Don't show them.
No, I'm just showing them what it looks like. I'm not showing them the actual video. So when you go ahead and pay the $5, this is the video, or this is a still shot. We haven't hit the play button. And it has Mike saying, ole, 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 stupid. But this is the actual audio of him saying that on the actual show. So if you all want to see the full video, got to pay the $5. But just going to give you a taste and show you what it looks like, but not play the video.
Yeah, so Chris Gonzalez on our chat, powered by P.F. Chang's Black Antenna, is asking the question. I wonder how many people are looking at Jimenez as he's talking to himself. Yes, that's going on right now in front of me. I apologize for being a little bit loud at the airport, but it is what it is, man. The show must go on. And the Spurs have a big night tonight, taking on the Detroit Pistons. This is a big week, big game for the Spurs, a big week for the Pistons, because not only do the Pistons have the Spurs tonight, they also have the Oklahoma City Thunder on Wednesday night. So we'll actually see how they are against the top two teams in the Western Conference. Spurs coming on in with 40 wins of the season after winning 2 games over the weekend. Beat up on Sacramento, won both games in Austin, now 40-16 on the season. Joe, it's very important for teams to go 40-20 to start the year, Joe, because there's a stat that shows that since the Michael Jordan era Bulls, 91% of NBA champions started the season 40-20 or better. And this year, only 3 teams will make that: the Spurs, the Pistons, and the Thunder. I know you don't believe yet, Joe, but they're defying odds big time. And I saw a tweet that I retweeted last night that I found to be interesting. It was saying, Cornette has a championship ring. De'Aaron Fox has played in a lot of meaningful playoff games. Olynyk has a ring. Harrison Barnes has a ring. Keldon Johnson has a gold medal. Stephon Castle has an NCAA national championship. Wemby has a silver medal. I think that the idea that the Spurs are not going to play well in the playoffs because they don't have any playoff experiences is not normal because this isn't a normal team. These guys, I mean, Wemby's already played 2 All-Star games. They're not going to be, amazed by the lights of the playoff game. I don't think so, man. And that stat right there that shows that 91% of NBA champions since the Jordan Bulls, including the Jordan Bulls, went 40-20 or better to start the season. I mean, there's something to be said about that, Joe. And it's fun to watch tonight's game. Early tip-off, 6 p.m. coming from Detroit. It's going to be on Peacock, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong about that.
Yeah, I think Peacock picked it up. Peacock, and I think it's going to still be shown on FanDuel.
Was following the spread. The Spurs have closed the gap on the spread. Right now, Vegas has it as a 1.5 favorite, the Detroit Pistons. Pistons have won 5 in a row. The Spurs have won 8 in a row. It's a heavyweight contest tonight, Joe. So we're going to get into that. We're also going to get into another, speaking of heavyweight contest, it wasn't a heavyweight contest, but it was a boxing match nonetheless. Mario Barrios just completely got smoked by Ryan Garcia over the weekend. 30 seconds in, already hit the canvas. We'll talk about that fight. And Joe getting excited as the Olympics come to a close. The U.S. women's hockey team and the U.S. men's hockey team both being Canada for the gold. Joe will wax poetic on that as well. The chat line is open. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. Like I said, I'm on my way to Charlotte for a few days. I have a conference over there. I'll be in San Antonio Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Don't forget, Saturday is our podcast party over at Hard Rock Cafe. Come hang out with us. Party starts at 6 o'clock. Special guests, door prizes, giveaways, all of that stuff. Our 500th episode party, which is sponsored by P.F. Chang from La Cantera, but the actual event will take place over at the Hard Rock Cafe on the Riverwalk. You can wear your Spurs gear. If you're 40 and 16, you can wear Spurs gear.
No undershirt?
Oh, you see, that's the compromise that I need, Joe.
No undershirt. Just come in with your jersey. No undershirt.
Do you know what scares me, Joe? That video that Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5 posted over the weekend of those idiots at the right in front of the River Center Mall. They took over the streets over there to do some peel outs and burn rubber all up and down the streets there. That's what pissed me off, Joe.
You know, that happened the last time I stayed downtown when I had got a suite for myself over at Hotel Contessa downtown. Oh, no, it was like maybe, I don't know, 12 at midnight, somewhere around there. I'm sitting down, just laying down in the bed, watching TV or whatever. Yeah. And you can hear that, that peeling out. They were doing the same thing back then. I guess they just didn't have video of it. And now you have video of what they're doing. I mean, that stuff's getting out of hand, dude. It's getting ridiculous because you hear that all over the highway over here. Cars racing and going down the highway at a high rate of speed and whatnot. Like, I mean, that's just stupid,
I don't understand the desire to do that. I don't understand the desire to just be a menace and just take over streets. And, eventually they're going to get arrested doing something, right? Everybody that's there is a criminal in some aspect, one way or another. It's not one of those things where it's like, just kids getting together, having fun. No, that's not what that is, man. That messes with businesses. That messes with the hotels. That messes with the Riverwalk. That messes with the mall that's there, all the restaurants that are there. And it's so ghetto, Joe.
It's all fun and games, Mike, until somebody winds up getting killed. Because they got these group of kids that are around the car and the car's spinning out, going ahead and drifting, making these burnouts. And then somebody's going to wind up getting underneath the car because they're going to get in the way. Who do you think's going to win? A car that weighs a couple of tons or a freaking human?
Exactly. Exactly. I don't know if you have Jeff Garcia's video on that, but it's funny because you can't get away from it because you look at the fact that that's in San Antonio. It happens in Houston. I live out in Montgomery County right now, and that happened over the weekend. There were so many people arrested in Montgomery County doing the exact same thing, but they did it at a shopping center, right? So I don't want to say that that's better, but it's not a busy, congested street in downtown San Antonio. No. They took it to a Best Buy parking lot and started spinning out over there. Yeah, they could have, ran into the restaurants, into the buildings there, but to do it in downtown San Antonio in the middle of the street, right next to the Marriott River Center, is stupid, Joe. Like, who are these parents?
Yeah, I'm looking for the video. I'm going through Jeff's feed. I have to go and dig deep through here,
Oh
dude.
yeah, he posts a lot, man. But it's funny. I don't know, man. Maybe that's just me being an old man. But at the same time, Joe, and when I was 16, 17, 18, 19 years old,
Oh,
I
yeah,
had no desire to do that. I had no desire to do this, to break the law and take the streets over.
there it
That's
is.
right in front of the. That's right in front of
Marriott.
the Palacio del Rio and the high
Is it?
and the Marriott. Oh no,
Yeah.
no, no. Sorry, the Palacio is on the other side. The Marriott, and there's the parking garage across the way. The Denny's is right there.
Yeah. And somebody had put San Antonio where we roll, where we roll. You know what's funny, dude? Every time, like, it was Rick that was using his, I guess, his Apple headphones, just like you're using, right?
Yeah.
Every time you all like use your Apple phones or whatever, your iPhones, you get this weird feedback with the audio, dude. I don't know what it is. I think it's some type of a delay. It sounds like a frog. Burp, burp, burp. And there's
Yeah.
nothing you can do about it. We're just gonna roll with it. But I just think it's weird. And y'all are all always praising Apple, Apple, the Apple. Apple's garbage when it comes to audio, dude, and live streaming. It ain't it, dude.
Well, I mean, I could take off my headsets, but
No,
if I
it's
could,
not the headset, bro. It's the iPhone. The iPhone don't do well with live streaming with wireless devices, dude. That's what we figured out.
yeah, it doesn't like Studio Labs at all. Let's talk
No,
about everyone saying greetings from Puerto Vallarta. Jeez, man.
jeez,
I
man.
got, I got to check and see if the flights are still going out there because I saw that the flights from Denver to Puerto Vallarta were canceled yesterday because it's being considered the biggest get when it comes to a Mexican cartel member since Pablo Escobar and since not Pablo Escobar, who was El Chapo was the one over a decade ago. And Mexico just has gone crazy. I was reading the AP news right before the show started, and 25 military members in the Mexican National Guard have been killed since yesterday in 4 separate attacks.
Yeah, no, man. They're going on all out war, dude. They even had a helicopter flying around the prison they got out there,
Mhm.
and it was just laying down gunfire from the air on the cartel members, dude. I
Right.
mean, you could hear it. It was one of those Gatling guns, when they shoot, it's not like a machine gun.
Turn it into-
Dude, these things sound, they go, and I mean, because they're just laying down so much ammo at once. It's like it's ridiculous, dude. And they have video of that, and they can hear the people screaming and yelling because they can hear the helicopter flying around and just doing that. It
yeah,
sounds like a fart because that's the way it sounds from far away. Because it's just laying down these
it just
bullets from the sky.
ju-
Yeah,
just rapid fire.
yeah,
Uh,
man.
what's it called? Yeah, they're talking about the fact that his name is Elemento. Now he's not part of Sinaloa. He's part of a different organization that was up and coming, but they said that rivals the Sinaloa. I can't say that. I can pronounce that word to save my life, Joe. Uh, but I was telling Chica that I had a professor many years ago because I studied terrorism, and narcos is terrorism. It's just a different form of it. It's not political. It's more business than anything else.
Yeah, they're telling
Uh,
Americans to shelter in place because right now, if they're trying to leave, it's too late. It's too
mhm.
late, dude. The Americans are going to be hunted out there, and they're going to have to shelter in place. And really, if you're out there and you got caught in this mess and you're on vacation and you're American, it's crazy times, dude. It's scary for you all out there right now.
Oh, most definitely. I saw videos on TikTok of this American couple that was showing that they're on top of the roof of their hotel, and they're showing in all 4 directions, and there's
Yeah,
smoke everywhere. And I mean, that's got to be scary. When Chica and I go to these resorts, if you go to Jamaican resorts, or you go to, especially in Dominican Republic, there are people in the shadows who work for the resorts that are sitting there with machine guns because they're
yeah.
there to protect the tourists that come by over there. And it's funny because my daughter didn't even realize that was going on. I said, "Hey, man, look at that guy with that machine gun over there." And she got startled because they just blend into they camouflage themselves into the background of what's going on. Because you go to Jamaica, that place is scary, man. You go to Dominican Republic, that place is scary. The only place that I've been to that's in the Caribbean that isn't scary is Barbados. Barbados was like beautiful from when you got out there, and there was not that criminal element that's there. But you go to
It's
Mexico,
everywhere, Mike. You just don't see it, but it's everywhere, dude.
Well, Mexico in particular, you know, you go to Cancun or Playa del Carmen, or you go to Cancun or Cozumel, all those areas on the eastern side, on the Yucatan Peninsula, then on the western coast with Puerto Vallarta and all those areas over there, it's different, man. You know, it's different as far as go to the resort, that's fine, but the second you step out of the resort, you're on your own. And they tell you that you're on your own.
But you know that these resorts, they have agreements with the cartel. They pay them money so they won't harm anybody there.
Right.
You know, it's not like, oh, it's safe here. No, they're paying for that, you know?
So I read some of these comments on our chat coming on in. Now, I told Chica that my professor one time told me that, you know, whenever you have a terrorist organization that loses its leader, it's kind of like a fire ant mound that is not disturbed suddenly getting stepped on. Because when it gets stepped on, they want to rebuild, but they get angry first. And it's that power vacuum that happens, man. It happens when you know, military dictators get taken over, right? It's just a power vacuum. We saw that in Iraq after, you know, the 2003 or 2001 shock and awe and all that stuff. It's kind of scary, man. You know, it makes me think twice about going to Mexico again. It makes me think twice about going to the Caribbean again, because it's just different, man. You know, it just shows that those dangers are actually there. You see the signs when you're over at the airport over there. You see the signs at the resorts and whatnot saying, you know, be careful and all that stuff. It's a different world, and I'm sure that the people who are locals there, it's just part of their everyday existence. But like, it's not like walking in San Antonio, walking in Houston or Dallas. It's a different world, man. Different world. Let's talk some sports, man.
Yeah, they're making fun of the ribbit again from your headphones, but it's not coming from the headphones. It's the device itself. It's the iPhone. For whatever reason, the iPhones, man, they don't do good with the live streaming and the wireless connectivity. The same thing happened with Rick, man. And they're like, iPhones are goated. No, bro, they're garbage. Y'all just believe that. Y'all want to be snobs, but I'm telling you, man.
No, iPhones are goated, man. Maybe it may not be the best thing for a streaming device, but for an actual everyday working phone. Because like whenever I talk to somebody who's like, hey, let me show you how impressive my Samsung is. They're like, well, let me show you. And I'm gonna show you something. And they grab their phone, and guess what? They forget how to get to where they're trying to go to. Like an iPhone's user friendly. The Samsung is not user friendly at all.
No, bro. All the stuff that we get on the Android, we've already had it for years, and then you all get it on the iPhone. Look at me. Look at what I have, bro. We've been playing with that shit for 5 years. Where y'all been?
It's like going onto an iMac, dude. There's nothing more stupid than going onto a Mac computer. Any computer that is not Windows based is stupid. It is stupid.
Stupid.
Now, who's gonna pay the $5 to watch that animation? Because I'm so proud of that animation, Joe. Joe, I mean, I even took part. I found the old. I had to go through like, 12 different episodes to find that one audio clip. But we did it. We did it. Look at me begging for $5, Joe. But that's
everybody's all getting mad about their iPhones. I'm like, bro, I'm in IT, man. I deal with iPhones and I Apple products every single day. I hate working with them, dude. I hate them.
On our chat, powered by PF Chang's La Cantera, Mario Cavazos says it's the Pear phone. Ah, so is that an iCarly reference from Nickelodeon back in the day? There was also
the Pear phones from iCarly.
Yeah, because they wouldn't say iPhone because maybe they would get sued. They would call them their Pear phones.
Yeah,
that was kind of funny. But Joe, Spurs take on the Detroit Pistons tonight. It's a 6 o'clock tip-off. I believe it's on the Peacock today, maybe on FanDuel as well. It's a 42-13 Pistons team going up against a 40-16 Spurs team. It's the best record in the NBA versus the third best record in the NBA. Both teams are hot. We saw the Pistons beat the living crap out of the Knicks the other day by 52 points. They have Cade Cunningham who blows up, man. I described it last week. You have Cade Cunningham, Duran, and a bunch of Boris Diaws and Oris. That's a basketball IQ team right there. They are just a smart team. They do not get rattled. Just like the Spurs, they're ahead of schedule when it comes to that rebuild. They're mirror image of the Spurs. They're the Eastern Conference version of the Spurs. We're the Western Conference version of the Pistons. And I look at this game, and I don't want to say that I'm scared of this game as a Spurs fan, because the Spurs have won 8 in a row. You're here to tell me that the Spurs are going to go off and get the road victory. So the spread's only 1.5 points. So Vegas thinks it's a coin flip. But I would not be surprised if the opposite happened. I would not be surprised if the Pistons just roll the Spurs because the Pistons are that good. It's just one of those things where who's going to be hot? Who's going to be shooting? Who's going to guard Cade Cunningham? Because I'm thinking about Stephon Castle. We rely so much on his offensive ability. He might be more important today defensively. And is this a game where they unleash Carter Bryant? Is this a game where they say, okay, we're going to have Carter Bryant out there getting on top of Cade Cunningham? Are they going to throw different looks? Are they going to start with Fox and then move to Castle, then move to Carter Bryant, and kind of like a pitcher, just changing pitches, right? Is that what they're going to do? Or are they going to just let Cade Cunningham go off and try to clamp down everybody else? Joe, what are you looking forward to in today's game?
I want to see who's going to show up today. I want to see if we're going to see El Wembeyazo or are we going to see Wemby Ganas. Wemby has to set the tone again early, dude. You can't fall behind double digits in the first quarter to a really good Pistons team. Cade Cunningham is the truth, man. The kid is good. Now, I don't know what they're going to do to go ahead and stop him. Maybe you go ahead and let him go off and get his, but you stop the rest of the team. You have to pick your poison at this point. But Wemby definitely needs to set the tone. I don't care if Wemby has 40 points, but defensively, be a presence, be a problem inside the paint. I want to see him at least go off for 5 or 6 blocks, go out there, get at least 10, 13 rebounds. Even if he scores 17, 20 points and the Spurs are able to go ahead and beat the Pistons, that's all you needed out of Wemby. He just needs to be that defensive presence inside the paint. The rest of them needs to follow suit too and play real hard-nosed defense and turn the defense into offense. Use your strong suits. Go out there, get in the open court, use that youth, use that speed, use your athleticism to be a problem for the Pistons early on.
I think Wemby's been doing that though the past couple of games. I know it was against a Dylan Brooks-less, team in the Phoenix Suns. I know it was the Sacramento Kings who have the worst record in the Western Conference. I understand that, but his rebounding have gone up, Joe. It used to be where he was getting, 24 points and 8 rebounds. But now he's kind of solid on that 12, 13, 14 rebound kind of guy now. He's getting those blocks more often. He's being more selective when he's doing it. And he's being smart. What I like about the evolution of Wemby so far this year, remember earlier in the season, he was getting into foul trouble early. Because he was trying to play hero ball on the defensive side of the ball, where he was trying to block everything. He's not doing that anymore. He seems to be very selective as to when he's doing it, when he's going to either A, go for the block, or B, go for the annoyance, go for the altering of the shot. He understands the difference between the two now. He didn't understand that back in November. That's a big thing. And he's not getting into foul trouble. Remember that, Joe? In November, he'd play for like 4 minutes. He had 2 fouls, and he'd sit down and he'd pick up his 3rd foul 3 minutes into the second quarter. It's like, damn it, man. Well, he had 7 minutes to be in the first half. Those days are over, Joe. Wemby seems to be a lot more selective with what he's doing. That's a fun thing to see.
Yeah, we need good play out of our guards, man. You need to have not only Harper, Castle, and De'Aaron Fox play well, but Devin Vassell has to show up as well. If you can get good production, I'm not saying these guys have to go out there and absolutely have a monster of a game, but if you can get good production out of them, everybody has at least double-digit scoring, 12, 13 points apiece. They're moving the ball well. I mean, it's game over for the Pistons.
I just think that Cade Cunningham is such a stud. And it's funny because who is described as the next Cade Cunningham in the NBA? Dylan Harper. Dylan Harper is the rookie version of Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham, who was the number 1 overall pick a handful of years ago. That's what Dylan Harper is going to look like seasoned 3 or 4 years from now. That's the exciting thing about it. And that's why I kind of say that he's my son, and you also say that I, went against Stephon Castle and all that stuff. It's because I know what's coming, Joe. I know what's coming. It's a Cade Cunningham type of player that's coming. And Harper is playing well. The super chat is already in effect, man. We have William Van Beckham and Sam Salinas.
Let's go ahead and
$5.
Money talk. Here comes the money.
Thank you, Sam. And he says, here you go. He says, play the video and the grito for his 25th or 45th birthday. Should I say 25th?
Hey, birthday shot for Sam this weekend, man. If he makes it out there. Happy birthday, dude.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Sam. This one's for you. Here we go, Mike.
Ole, 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 ole. You're stupid. stupid.
How many jackals do you think are going to be at our party on Saturday night?
Oh, probably none, dude. I don't care about them damn jackals, dude. They can stay gone,
Yeah,
stay gone.
what if I invite them, Joe? I mean, would that be wrong?
You can if you want to, as long as they don't show up as Spurs Nacho. If he shows up in costume, they're gonna turn him away, dude.
He made it into the Moody Center the second time. He said thank you for the prayers and rosaries, is what he said.
Oh,
that was kind of funny.
God.
Super
Hey,
chat
we got
coming in
another
from William
incoming
Beck
super
Beckham.
chat.
Money talk.
Here comes the money.
He says, "I want to see the video. Love the show."
So nice. Let's do it twice. Thank you, William, man. Appreciate it.
Let me go ahead and load it back up again. Let me go get the video. This
Ole,
video.
ole, ole, ole. You're stupid. Stupid.
Oh, God.
We need to loop that twice to make it a longer clip. Just saying. Tony reaches out and says that Joe is too cool for the jackals. Is that true, Joe?
No, man. I don't care if they show up or not. They already showed their bellies as traitors, bro, because they're over there in cahoots with the Austin FC, man. I'm just like, whatever, dude.
I just don't get it, Joe. I mean, I understand that there's rivalries between fan groups and whatnot. I just don't understand the disrespect that was given in either direction. Like,
Yeah.
I follow this, and I maybe I just don't understand soccer very well. Maybe I just don't understand the fandom and the background discussions and the back and forth between the two. I don't get it. You know, and I understand that Austin was supposed to have a team with San Antonio, kind of have an MLS team, and Austin stripped it away, and they went off and did their own thing and got it all. But here's the thing, dude. I look at it this way, Joe. If San Antonio had gotten that MLS team, would we care about SAFC?
I think you would, because
even exist.
this is the thing, man. You had Toyota Field back in the day. You had the Scorpions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then they got bought out and everything changed, and now it's SAFC, right? It still has a big fan base, you know, as far as people here in San Antonio that like to see soccer. It's owned by the San Antonio Spurs. You have Spurs players that go out and venture out to Toyota Field to watch the game, especially on weekends. You'll see, you know, you used to see Jeremy Sohan, Keldon Johnson, and some other Spurs out there watching the game. And that was cool. Like, they're showing, hey, you know what? This is part of the Spurs family. We're going to go out there and support. The Jackals, they're a supporters group. And Wemby, come on, Wemby. You know damn well that you borrowed everything that you're doing there with the Jackals from going to a San Antonio FC game and seeing what the supporters groups have done. Mirror image. Yeah. It's a mirror image, Mike. And the thing that's disrespectful, this is disrespectful because they can go out there and support as well, and they're not. You know, the season's going to start on Saturday on March the 7th. Let's see if the Jackals come and call it.
San Antonio FC did not invent chance, dude.
They didn't invent it, but Wemby certainly did. See what they're doing out there.
Wemby is from Europe, where the chants actually originated from.
No, I know that. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying he saw what they were doing at SAFC.
But drums exist also in European soccer stadiums and all the leagues that they have over there. So we're copying, San Antonio FC is copying what is being done overseas. So Wemby has seen that before. It's not like he saw the drum for the first time at Toyota Field, Jim. It's not.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, and then Carter Bryant, Sam Salinas reaches out to us and says Carter Bryant should get a chancla for wearing an Austin FC jersey. Again, this is nothing personal. It's business. The Spurs are out there on a business trip to Austin. All I'm saying.
They're showing their bellies. They're showing their bellies real quick. Austin FC isn't even owned by the Spurs, bro. That's a stupid thing. Like, come on, man.
It's an overture to the city of Austin, man. It's just is what it is, Joe.
Let me go and be friends with the city that let's go and be friends with the team who F the city over. That's stupid.
Yeah.
That is stupid. Stupid. You know,
It is
come on.
business. Business. It is what it is, Joe. I don't mind it.
You know, just for that, I'm thinking about. I was talking with Alex, Jen. You know, I'm going to talk with some of my other friends. Maybe we go out there to support, you know, SAFC on their home opener on the 7th. You know, go out there and support and actually hang out with the gente. You know, go and have some drinks, have some laughs, talk with the people. It's a good time.
Reading all the comments coming in, man. We have a new one called Boo Hoo. Says, I haven't heard that one. That's good. Hey, welcome to the show, man. Or gal. Says, Joe, SAFC, he got it from attending and watching high-level European soccer, not SAFC, LOL. That's the point I'm trying to make, Joe.
He wants AFC game too, bro. He knows.
Yeah,
he
but
knows.
the chance of the drums really originate from Europe, dude. They probably originate from Africa as well, dude. It is what it is, man.
Mike.
No, I'm saying soccer's big over there too. I'm sure the fandom over there represents the same way. Joe, who you got tonight, Joe? Spurs, Pistons. 1.5 point favorite, Pistons.
Depends, man.
What does Joe Saddam say?
If the Wemby also shows up tonight, I favor the Spurs by at least 3 points. If Wemby doesn't show up and shows his belly real quick and doesn't set the tone, and we see Wemby Ganas, a blowout.
Okay. I would say this. The Spurs can't afford to fall behind big early. The Pistons are not a team that you fall behind by 10, 12, 15 points and you catch up to. You don't. They're so efficient defensively. They're so efficient offensively. And you know that crowd's going to get into that game, Joe.
Yeah.
It's the only time this year that the Spurs play in Detroit. It's the only time this year that the Pistons fans get to see Wemby. You know that's a high dollar ticket over there. I know it's a Monday night game, but it's a big, big deal for that city because the Pistons have sucked for so long. And for them to have the best record in the NBA right now, the best record in the Eastern Conference, and be in line to be a 1 seed in the East is the big, big deal. But this is a big week for the Pistons because, again, they have the Spurs tonight and the Thunder on Wednesday, back-to-back games over there. They can't lose both of those games. I think the Spurs have a chance to win and will win if we're tied or leading after the first quarter. But if we're down 7 or 10 at any point in the game, let's say 10 or more at any point in the game, we ain't coming back. I know the Spurs have done it, 8 times this year? We're not coming back from a double-digit deficit. We have to survive the onslaught of the crowd early in the game. And if the Spurs can do that, and that's picking up the slack, Joe. You mentioned Devin Vassell's name. It's picking up the slack when it comes to that. By the way, Joe, I posted on Twitter last night that the odds have changed for the Spurs getting some of these potential awards. Right now, Victor Wembanyama has the 4th best odds to win Most Valuable Player. He was 5th about 2 weeks ago. So he's rising through the ranks where it was a distant 5th. Now he's actually getting in the mix as the 4th best odds. Keldon Johnson inching closer and closer in the odds when it comes to 6th man of the year. He's still 2nd, but the odds have gotten a lot closer. Mitch Johnson 4th when it comes to Coach of the Year. And Wemby can only miss 4 games between now and the end of the year. Because it means $50 million in the extension. It means more money when it comes to making the All-NBA team. When it comes to winning Defensive Player of the Year, he has to keep on playing when it comes to all that. Dude, some of Wemby's moves against the Kings, Joe, that between the legs dribble and block, that Dylan Harper left-handed dunk where Wemby just kind of smiled and looked away like he was surprised and scared by it all. Fantastic. Hey, Joe, Wemby said over the weekend, after that one dunk that he made, that one incredible tomahawk dunk that he did right there, he said that he would like to compete in the NBA All-Star Weekend festivities in the slam dunk competition. Yeah. Joe, if he does that, he would become the face of the NBA for sure. He'd be the most beloved player in the NBA, nationwide, worldwide. Because what? Who didn't do that, Jude? Who didn't do that? LeBron James never did that.
Never.
And if Wemby does that and competes and wins the slam dunk competition, he doesn't have to do much, Joe. He just has to be Wemby. goes out there, wins that title, and for him to come out there and say it, put out the I want to do that competition means a lot, man.
He could probably do some amazing things out there in the dunk contest because he's so long,
Yeah.
and put on a show for the people. And they would love to see Wemby compete. I mean, nobody that size has ever competed in the dunk contest. We've seen the smallest player ever in Spud Webb, right, compete in the slam dunk contest. But you've never seen one of the tallest players in the NBA be able to compete in the dunk contest. I think that would be special. And certainly their favorite to win it, if Wemby did compete, would be Wemby, you know? So I would love to see that, dude. I think
Yeah.
it's cool that he's putting his name in the hat and saying, "Hey, why don't you give me an invite? I'd like to compete." Again, can you imagine what it would mean for the city of San Antonio to have El Wembeyazo out there?
Yeah. Do you think that he even got the invite? Because like, I think it's one of those things where it's like, going up to a 10 at a bar, you might go, maybe I won't buy her a drink, right? But
Yeah.
for Wemby to go out there and say, no, you didn't invite me, I don't think he got invited.
Yeah.
Just I want to take part. I want to do this.
Yeah.
He would be so beloved, Joe. He's already getting there. And like the torch is already being passed. No one gives two craps about LeBron James anymore.
No.
I mean, he's an afterthought when it comes to it all.
No, LeBron James has shown who he is, and as he's gotten older, he's just become more insufferable. Like people don't even like him at this point. Not even his own teammates care for him. At this juncture of his career, he should just call it after this season and be like, "All right, I'm announcing that I'm no longer going to play in the NBA. I'm going to go ahead and retire." You think anybody would be missing him? They'd give him his roses, send him off, give him a little clap, and there you go. They'd give him his respects next season. They would have like the LeBron James tribute video played over there, over at the Lakers game or something. And there you go. That's it.
Yeah, JHNSB on our chat says his knee might snap out of place. Stay out of the contest, Wemby. He doesn't want him in the dunk contest.
No,
but it's
come on.
needed. It's needed for his stardom. It's needed for the. I mean, come on. If I will say this much, Wemby says he's competing. Guess who else is going to want to compete? Anthony Edwards. And then guess who else is going to want to compete? Another big name. We used to have it back in the day, Joe. People don't realize, you have to be an old man like me at 48 and you, Joe, to remember that before Spud Webb and Kenny Skywalker and Brent Barry and all
Dominique.
those guys, we had Dominique going up against Michael Jordan. Both of them all-stars. Both of them first-team All-NBA players. We used to see Dr. J, who, by the way, his 76th birthday was over the weekend. Dr. J would compete in that championship, that dunk contest.
Doesn't he still look like he's in good shape, bro? Like he can still play.
So that one dunk that Wemby had, that windmill tomahawk dunk that he did the other day, everyone was saying that was the best dunk since Julius Erving did that one dunk in game where he's like on the break and he brings the ball all the way around. And I saw these young guys on Twitter going, "How is that possible in the middle of the game to do that dunk?" That is the most impressive dunk that I've ever seen. Is that Dr. J dunk from back in the day?
Look at Sam Salinas says LeBron should do another announcement. I'm taking my talents to the shuffleboard court. And you hate curling, Michael. Shuffleboard is curling, bro.
I know, but yeah, it's a bar game, dude. Not the adult version size of it. It's so stupid, man. Like I feel getting really into it. The Winter Olympics suck, man. Now I understand getting excited about the men's and women's hockey, and I know that it went to overtime and U.S. won both of them, right? The men's won the first, was it the first gold medal since 1980? Did I get that right?
Since 1980, yeah. And I mean, that was a hell of a game. I mean, me and Alex were watching it. We woke up early on Sunday, right? Alex was watching it at his house. I'm watching it here in mine. And I mean, that was just an amazing win. That showed a lot of grit, a lot of grind, a lot of heart from the men's USA hockey team. Send the game out, not only into overtime, Mike, but the overtime period starts, and it seems like as soon as it starts, USA struck first, man. And that was it. I mean, they were just erupting out there on the ice, and they were so excited. And they all said the same thing, that it was so great for them and it felt amazing for them to win because they wanted to win this for their country, and they were saying this is what it means, to be an American and be out there representing your country and winning this game on the biggest stage, because they know it had been quite some time since the USA hockey team had actually won a game that mattered this much. So it was a big statement. It was great to see. I mean, you felt the pride beaming from the players,
No,
and
no.
the
And
way they were talking with the media.
the one player who lost both his front teeth. I mean, he gave
Oh
his
God,
teeth
yeah.
to it all.
He
No,
lost
no,
his teeth.
I'm, I will make fun of curling. I will make fun of ice skating. I'll make fun of all of that stuff. But I won't make fun of hockey when it comes to it all. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. Now, I'm not going to wake up early in the day to watch it. I'm not going to care that much about it, but I won't disrespect it by saying that it was stupid. I do appreciate the fact that the U.S. team won. I saw the videos of everyone getting like upset about getting a stuffed animal while getting their medals. Did you see that, Joe?
Yeah.
They all got stuffed animals. Everyone's just looking at this like, why are you giving me a plush toy?
Yeah.
So the
It's
women's also won
tradition.
earlier in the week. The women's won earlier in the week. Congratulations to the U.S. men's hockey as well.
They kind of won in the
Nor,
same fashion, Mike. The ladies sent the game into OT and then won the game.
yeah, Norway had the most medals this time
Yeah,
around.
they did. They did.
So very, very cool. I don't know. I'm just not. If people ask the question, which would I rather do? Winter Olympics or SAFC? I choose SAFC over Winter Olympics all day, every day. I've been to SAFC games and I've enjoyed my time. The 2 times I've been out there, both tailgating and being in the bunker and all that stuff. It was fun. Actually, I've been there 3 times. I've been in the bunker area twice, and I've been just in a regular seat once. So I've been there a few times. I enjoyed it there. I've been to the Summer Olympics when they were at Atlanta. I watched boxing over there at the Summer Olympics. It was pretty cool. But speaking of boxing, Joe, we got to get into the whole Mario Barrios debacle from this weekend. But before we do that, let's give some love to P.F. Chang's La Cantera. They're our ride or die when it comes to our sponsorships, and they do a fantastic job with that Asian cuisine. And while we're in the commercial break, Joe, I'm going to switch over to Wi-Fi, see if that clears up the frog. All right?
All right. Cool. There we go. P.F. Chang's La Cantera, San Antonio's premier destination for dinner, date night, or happy hour. Enjoy one of their signature dishes, such as the Singapore street noodles, sesame chicken, or Chang's spicy chicken, or their infamous Chang's chicken lettuce wraps, which are delicious, by the way. You can enjoy all this while you're dining in an Asian-inspired atmosphere. And make sure to enjoy the new outdoor patio and try some of P.F. Chang's signature cocktails and drinks during happy hour, Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. P.F. Chang's La Cantera is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast. And there you go. Mike's still trying to go ahead and clear up the frog noise over there in the background. But we just want to go ahead and say, shout out to P.F. Chang San Antonio. If you haven't gone and tried it, make sure you go and try the signature cocktail collection they have out there. $8.99 signature cocktails. We've tried just about everyone that they have out here on this picture. Tried the lychee, the Mai Tai, the mule. Tried I think I even did the Long Island. Yeah, I did the Long Island too. So they're all very good, man. $8.99. Make sure you go out there and try them. And if you go and see, let's say if you go to the P.F. Chang's location at La Cantera, let Sean Quintero know that the Area 210 sent you. And that way, can go ahead and maybe give you something a little extra, give you a little thank you for going out there to visit P.F. Chang's. They just had another event. Sean was showing me some pictures of it, Mike, over the weekend. And Sean was saying that I was a catalyst for all these events that they've been having now, because I was the first one to start the event trend over at P.F. Chang's because I had my daughter's wedding dinner there. And as soon as I did that, now you have all these other, events that are going on. So good for Sean, man. I'm glad I was able to help bring some business and send it your way, dude. That's what it's all about, helping the sponsors. And also make sure that you go and visit P.F. Chang's on Wednesdays because it is Wines Days. And yes, you get half price off all bottles of wine and champagne every day, all day on Wednesdays.
Very nice, dude. I'm a big fan of Pio Chang's La Cantera. Again, go say hi to Sean. Say we brought the Area 210 podcast, brought you on over. Did the frog go away, Joe, or is it still there?
No, it's still there, but we're gonna work through it. You know, I think it's just some type of a delay. Something's going on there with the phone. As soon as you talk, you hear the frog going. Maybe we'll just do like you do wired headphones from now on, and that should take care of
Yeah.
it.
Mario Cavazos reaches out to us and says, Mike, on this day back in 1984, Karma Chameleon by Culture Club was the #1 song. Sing a verse. Joe, do you think in this crowded airport, I'm going to sing Karma Chameleon by Boy George? You really think I'm going to do that, Joe?
Do it.
Every day is like survival. You're my lover, not my
God,
rival.
That's embarrassing, dude. God. Look at Tony. Tony showing his belly too, real quick. You might as well get a jackal tattooed on your stomach, bro. He's all defending the jackals. You guys need one jackal on this show. Behind the scenes, it's Spurs organization fault for the jackals to network with SAFC. It's not the jackals' fault. I'm still here for you, jackals. You love them that much, bro? Go start a podcast with them. You know, go get the jackal tattooed on your belly. Oh God, man. Tony's funny, dude.
Mikey Mendez says, Mike, no BS, that wasn't that bad. I can't even hear myself, Joe, because I have these beats on. It's like the
Yeah.
what's it called? The soundproof, or what's it called? Voice cancellation, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So I can't even think because I can't even hear myself speaking right now. I don't even know how loud I was when I did that. All I know is that every time people walk by, they just look.
Everybody's saying that sounds just like Tony. Tony got the Matt Lerma voice. They're all laughing.
Oh yeah,
Just having fun with you, man.
Matt Lerma. Is he still missing Sohan? Do you think there's Spurs fans right now that are still curling up in bed?
Oh yeah, the Spurs simps. They tell on themselves all the time. We got some of them in the chat right now. I'm still here, Sohan. You're gonna watch. Sohan's gonna have a great career with the Knicks. Clan is one of them. You know, Matt Lerma is one of them. We got some over here telling on themselves. I mean, it is what it is.
He was the first. Sohan was the first man off the bench last night for the Knicks. He played 11 minutes, but he had one bucket. But I mean, that's what you get, you know. And that one bucket he got was a layup. It was I don't know, someone stole the ball, gave it to him. He made a layup, and it was so funny because I saw Spurs fans getting all pissy about Sohan on Twitter. Someone was posting this, like Knicks fans were talking about Sohan. They were like, "Oh my God, we're so glad that we got him. We need this 3-and-D presence." And they were showing that play where he made that layup, and someone responded. It was a Spurs fan. Made me laugh. It said, "Yeah, 3-and-D ? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark. That 3-and-D stands for he can shoot from 3 feet and play defense."
No lies detected. No lies.
3 feet in is all that he can do. That was funny, Joe. That was funny. You know what wasn't funny? Watching Mario Barrios play fight in Las Vegas over the weekend against Ryan Garcia. Okay, first of all,
bad.
I was looking for a sports book because I wanted to bet on Mario Barrios because King Brian's dead to me. He's dead to me because of what he did to me 3 years ago. So he was supposed to come out on my old. He big timed me. He was supposed to come out on my old radio show. They invited us to his training event, and I go to his training event. It's an outdoor event, and he's looking at me. He goes, "Oh yeah, I'll be on in a minute. I'll be on in a minute." He did that for 2 hours, and then the show ended, and he's like took off. So he used us to basically get people there at the event, right? And then never spent 2 minutes with us. Not even 2 minutes with us. I didn't want him in there for 15 minutes. But anyway, he was dead to me. But Ryan Garcia, I would always joke that he'd been fighting like crap ever since he big timed me. Fought Mario Barrios there. It was the welterweight championship, the WBC. And 30 seconds in, man, Barrios' ass was on the canvas. And this was the most impressive Ryan Garcia fight I've ever seen. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that I've seen all 27 of his fights, but I've seen 6 or 7 of them. You know, some of the bigger fights that he's had out there. Yeah. And the whole thing was it was an even fight in the sense that he was using his right just as much as his left, and the right was even dominant when he's normally a lefty when it comes to getting power shots in there. But that whole thing that he was doing by measuring the opponent with his left glove and then going over the top of the right was just unstoppable. Barrios couldn't do anything about it. Barrios couldn't get a combination going to save his life, and Garcia just beat his ass. And one of the scorecards was a skunk. It was 12 rounds for Garcia, including the knockdown. The other two one had Barrios winning 1 round, which was probably the 12th. And then one judge, who I don't know what fight he was watching, had Mario Barrios winning 2 rounds. But Barrios loses the belt. Ryan Garcia in for a big payday. It's estimated that Ryan Garcia was going to make $8 to $12 million in that fight, and that Barrios got paid about $2 million for being a punching bag.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, when you look at the disparity between the two fighters here, Barrios is just not a creative fighter, right? He's very methodical. He's just going to stand in front of you, kind of wear you down, and he's just a bigger fighter, right? More clunky. He's never been one of those fighters that's known to be creative in the ring. And what happened when you have this matchup with Ryan? Ryan looked focused from the get-go. This is probably the best version of Ryan Garcia I've ever seen inside the ring. And speed kills. Ryan was just too fast, for Barrios. Barrios just couldn't figure him out. And they had a game plan for Ryan, but it just wasn't well executed because Barrios' shortcomings were on full display as far as what type of fighter he was. Now, it went the distance, and you got to give him credit for that. I mean, Barrios went out there and performed admirably. It just wasn't enough. And you can't be disappointed in him going out there and competing. At least he went out there and competed. He made the full 12 rounds. He just didn't look very good when you compared him to the speed of one Ryan Garcia. Now, Ryan Garcia is a champion,
Yeah, Barrios was outmatched, man. And going back to the whole Ryan Garcia thing, Ryan Garcia was so socially media driven for so long that people thought that he wasn't serious about what he was doing. And
he was drinking that Charlie Sheen Tiger Blood for a hot minute, dude.
He was, man. You'd see him. You knew that he was doing something substance abuse related.
That cocaína.
You knew that he was having some mental health issues, some breakdowns, and the thinking was that he might be on suicide watch. That something bad might happen. He might OD. He might do something bad. And you see him go into this fight. He didn't do the normal thing that he would normally do, which was make it about him. Yeah. Normally he would have those spectacles, which are all contrived anyway. But they would have those spectacles, pre-fight stuff, trash talking, all that stuff. And you didn't really hear much of that from Ryan Garcia over the past week or so. And then when you saw him go into the ring, he didn't need blinders on. He was laser focused. And then during the fight, he was so laser focused. There was only one point in the fight where he wasn't focused, which was around round 10, when he started looking at his bench, at his corner, because he knew that Barrios couldn't touch him. That Barrios couldn't hurt him. That Barrios could have one free punch as hard as you can do it, and it wasn't going to affect Ryan Garcia at all. Ryan Garcia started toying with him a little bit. And after the fight, the most impressive part was Ryan Garcia was humble for the first time in his entire life. He spoke highly of Barrios. He didn't say, "Oh, well, Barrios was trash. I dominated him today." He basically said Barrios wasn't prepared for what I was bringing because he didn't know I was so good with my right hand. But Barrios is a great fighter. He praised Barrios' efforts and praised him as a fighter, and was actually humble. He sounded like an adult. He didn't sound like, this arrogant jerk that he had been for so long. Yeah. And I've hated Ryan Garcia for so long because he had that attitude that Floyd Mayweather Jr. has. He had that same attitude that, that these, look at me fighters have. He didn't display that on Saturday night. He was humble, and he was he may have turned the corner in his life, and that's
it looked like you found passion for boxing. Like he's, I think because he was young. And he was just taking it for granted. Hey, I got all these gifts, these natural gifts that are already presented to me when it comes to a fighter, right? And he was in the ring, but I don't think he was really understanding the gravity of what was happening. Like a lot of people would be glad to be in that position that Ryan Garcia was in. He just didn't take it seriously. And now, he's back training with his dad. I think his dad has him focused, showing him the right way to do things. It's more of a family affair. So I think Ryan is right where he needs to be, and I think the dads maybe found a way to show him a newfound passion for the game of boxing or for the fight, right? So I think that now that Ryan is more focused and determined to kind of show that, hey, these things that I was doing in the past were just not a fluke. I'm a really good fighter now that he's a world champion. The ball's in his court. He has a lot of opportunity in front of him. And one of the good things about him is that he's not going to shy away. He wants to fight some of the biggest names out there. And good for him. That's a good way to make a name for yourself. And not only that, but also to be respected in the boxing world by your peers.
Yeah, the people that were around him have got to be gone. Because as you mentioned, he was drinking the tiger blood, a reference to Charlie Sheen and Charlie Sheen's partying ways and substance abuse and all that stuff, and getting into fights and just acting a fool in hotels and stuff like that, like Charlie Sheen used to do. You have to you have to be out of that element. And I don't know who talked him out of it. He did reference religion while he was getting the belt. Maybe he turned to religion. Maybe he developed a better relationship with his dad. He was talking about, hey, if you have a dad still alive, love your dad. Like those are words that I never thought I'd see Ryan Garcia ever say. Ryan Garcia has always been either a prick, a diva, and it sounded to me like he realized that. And that's the big takeaway that I have of the fight. Yeah, Barrios, did not perform well and was outclassed and all that stuff. But man, if Garcia's going to be this good when focused, he's still young enough to make a name for himself even further in the world of boxing.
Oh God.
Joy Khan says, Joy Khan say right there, Ryan Garcia is my son. No, man, he big time, man. I still can't forget, man. I can forgive, but I can't forget.
Mike, if you saw him and you shook his hand, hey, you're Ryan Garcia, and you shook his hand and he took a picture of you, you'd be like, oh, under the water under the bridge, bro. We don't gotta worry about nothing no more. You'd be showing your belly real quick, just like with the Jackals, taking pictures.
I've only fanboyed twice, and one was Warren Moon, man. Warren Moon I fanboyed, Nolan Ryan I fanboyed, and that was basically it. Everybody else did. It is what it is.
You gonna go over there to the Rangers game to get your bloody jersey?
Dude, I want that so bad.
Bloody jersey.
That's a great. I know we talked about it last week or 2 weeks ago. That's a great. I think it's May 29th. That is a great promotion because it looks just like his bloody jersey from when Bo Jackson's ground ball went up and busted his nose. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Everybody always has an opinion about boxing. The sport is dying. You know how long they've said that, dude, and the sport is still here. It's not dying. It's not going anywhere, dude. People are still going to pay to watch boxing, just much like they're going to go ahead and pay to watch another sporting event, man. It's just going to be here, dude. The one thing that I think boxing does is that they charge still for like pay-per-views and all that. That's kind of a thing of the past. I think they need to do a different model. Zuffa Boxing famously isn't charging, but their product is not all that great either. But I think they need to find a middle ground. I think if they didn't charge, and they just had it as part of a streaming package, you'd get more fans come into the world of boxing.
What do you think about DAZN?
DAZN does a good job, dude. They put on a good product, as far as it not messing up like the notorious debacle that was the Tyson Paul fight, from a while back. And it's hard to do that, to have like a live stream and you have a sporting event and you have a lot of people watching all at once. There's a lot of other things that are going on behind the scenes. But I think that DAZN does a really good job when it comes to putting on, a boxing pay-per-view. Amazon Prime also does a good job as well. They have pay-per-views for boxing as well on their streaming service.
Amazon is just the best at everything that they do, man.
Yeah.
I mean, NBA telecasts, stuff like that. They do an amazing job when it comes to it all. We got the how many people watch boxing legally when it comes to pay-per-view?
That's the thing. Not a lot of people are going to pay to watch the pay-per-view because the pay-per-views are expensive, dude. You're talking about upwards of 70, maybe 60 to 69 to I think $80, depending on the type of service you're getting there to watch the pay-per-view. So it's like you have your regular high definition and then you have your 4K definition or whatever version of it. So it costs more money to watch that. I mean, who's going to want to pay in today's time now that much money just to see a boxing match? Not a lot of people, you know?
Doesn't everybody just have a Fire Stick? I mean, isn't that like the way all
Everybody
people do it?
nowadays does. They have something, you know, that they have their go-to sites, a Fire Stick that's jailbroken or, you know, something that they watch it on, you know?
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Joe, let's give some love to Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio. Again, if you want to show our poster again, we're going to have our 500th episode party. It's going to be at the Hard Rock Cafe downtown on West Crockett Street. So on the Riverwalk, come celebrate. Joe Garcia will be there. Mike Bettis, myself will be there. Fernandez will be out there, and one of our VIPs just RSVP'd. He's been on the show many times before. So we'll have some special guests out there. We're excited about it. Joe, when we come back, I'm not saying Chica ruined La Bamba for me.
Oh, God, dude.
But she brings up an interesting point. Let's give some love to Hard Rock Cafe.
The Hard Rock Cafe, San Antonio is Riverwalk dining at its best. With great scenic views, along with its amazing collection of rock memorabilia, there is something for everyone. Enjoy happy hour weekdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with $8 and $10 appetizers, $5 domestic drafts, and $6 craft import drafts at the bar only. Try some of the Hard Rock Cafe's legendary steak burgers, or my personal favorite, such as the grilled salmon or baby back ribs. Make sure to visit the third level and enjoy the DJ as you take in the city skyline. The Hard Rock Cafe is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to have a ton of giveaways out there, a ton of prizes out there. Joe, what are some of the things that we're going to give away out there at the event?
Oh, we have your 2 tablets here that we haven't given out. We have like a $100 gift card we're going to give out. The thing we have the Wembanyama bobblehead. We have a Wemby, what do you call it? Rated rookie card that's in the acrylic case, you know, from Topps. And I got to see what else we have. We have some things there to give away. Oh, the Kendra Scott. The Kendra Scott stuff for the men out there. They want to give a nice gift to their wives, their lady, you know, out in their life. We have a really nice little gift set here from Kendra Scott that we're going to be giving out there as well. So, and then we have the swag bags that we're going to be giving out over there as well. So we have little things to give back to the people who made the show, you know, go 500 plus episodes, Mike, and put up with us.
That's exactly what they're doing. They are putting up with us. As I'm looking over at gate A27 here at the Houston International Airport at IAH, my flight's going to be boarding in about 15 minutes or so. But Joe, Chica and I over the weekend, you know, she's like, find a movie, put something on. And we were having breakfast, and I turned on La Bamba. I think it's on Amazon Prime or Hulu. You know, just on the regular, you know, the regular Amazon Prime. Anyway, long story short, Chica's notorious for ruining movies for me. And I'm somebody who didn't watch a lot of movies growing up, but she didn't either. But we both watched La Bamba many, many times. It's such a great movie. And at the end of this last time watching it, you know, my wife was tearing up a little bit, man. She was like, that was such a touching story. It was such a great story about Richie Valens and the career that lasted only 8 months because he passed away in that plane crash in Iowa. What they call it, the day the music died. Big Bopper passed away along with Buddy Holly. And she tends to ruin movies for me, or at least bring up a perspective that I had not thought of. So you know how in the movie Titanic, in retrospect, Rose is the villain?
Yeah.
In La Bamba, is it possible that Rosie is the villain? Rosie, who's the character that plays, I guess, the crush that Richie Valens had on her when they were in the fields. Ultimately, she ends up having a baby and marrying Bob. Has a bad relationship with him. He's abusive. He throws himself on her. Things that should never happen. I get that. But for my wife to look at me and say, she kind of brought that on herself.
No
What are your
lies
thoughts on
detected.
that?
No lies detected, because really, this is what happens with some of these women, man. That doesn't make any sense, Mike. In general, they have a guy that's hardworking, would treat him right, has a good life ahead of him, wants to make her part of it, and that woman will look that man dead in the eye and be like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm not interested in you. I want the bad
Mhm.
boy that's got no job, got no car, lives at home with mama, gets him pregnant, and then what happens? You see what happened there with the La Bamba story.
Well, right, but not excusing Bob
No,
for
that's not
assaulting her
excusing him.
or forcing himself. That's not excusing. But the idea that she brought it onto herself in the sense that she could have been with Richie if she wanted to be.
Yeah,
Because when
made
I
a
watched
choice.
when I watched the movie several times, it's kind of like, like Chico brought up the fact on Full Metal Jacket that Pyle was probably mentally challenged on the spectrum somewhere, and I didn't see that perspective. But she was bringing up the Rosie character a lot because I always thought that Bob forced himself on her
We did.
when she lost her virginity at the beginning of the movie, but he didn't. Did he force the issue? Yes, but she was kind of a willing participant.
Oh, kind of.
Now, later in the movie, there's a
Mike.
there's a full on assault later on in the movie where he's like, why you gotta be such a drag, all that stuff. I'm not excusing that. That was a full on assault,
Yeah.
right? But I'm talking about the first time. Like, why was she hanging out with Bob? Why was she, if she was Richie's girl, or at least wanting to be, or maybe Richie didn't express himself. And then later in the movie, there's a scene where he walks in the door and she goes and kisses him on the lips. I'm sorry, I did not realize that that's a normal way of greeting somebody at the door. And I've seen that movie 100 times, and I'd never seen that scene. I mean, I've seen the scene, but I didn't put two and two together. She runs out and kisses him on the
God.
lips, or he kisses her on the lips.
Yeah.
As he's walking in, she's sitting down. He walks in, and they kiss. It's like a instantaneous thing. And then there's another part of the movie where she goes, "I hear you have a crush on somebody," and she's like smiling. And Chico looks at me and goes, "She thinks it's her." I don't know, man. The whole Rosie thing was kind of freaking me out. What do you think, Jeff?
Yeah, I don't know, man. But this is true too. Richie never made a move. This is true. That is true.
Um, so Sam Smith reaches out to us and says, "Yes, because Richie was all over her. Then Bob came in and knocked her up. Then Richie still takes care of her." Mikey says, "Y'all are crazy as hell today." Jesus. Tony says, "Bob had that cool motorcycle. That's what happened. Richie had no car."
No lies
Mario,
detected on
Mario,
that
Mario
one.
says, "Has Chica seen Urban Cowboy?" I wonder if she's going to say there's too much domestic violence in that movie. That's exactly what she said. We turned it off halfway through. She was not into it.
Yeah. It's from a different time,
Sam,
Mike. Urban Cowboys, it's not the same anymore, dude. I mean, you could go back and watch it, but if you're let's say a young person, right,
yeah.
watching Urban Cowboy, you got a lot of questions. Why this? Why that?
Sam Smith reaches out and says, "Better he had a flying guitar." Tony says, "Mike sounds like a white guy analyzing Mexican Americans on La Bamba." Hi, man. It's Mike 101 or La Bamba.
It looks like you're talking about that in a therapist office, is what they're saying.
Oh, yeah. I'm leaning up one of those massage chairs, but I haven't put the $5
Mm.
in. I'm right across
Yeah.
from A27 where my flight's going to be taken off. I don't know why
Hey,
everyone stands up and gets in line to enter the plane. I don't think
yeah.
the plane's going to leave without you. Just like sit down. I'm always the last person on the plane.
You know what Tony or Alice was saying? That we don't even like soccer. Why do we care about soccer or whatever? Like, I like soccer. Mike's the one that doesn't like it. I go to the SAFC games and watch the matches out there. Why don't you come
I
out and support, Tony? We're gonna be out there on the 7th.
I enjoy it when I'm out there. I've been out there a few times. Mexican G
Yeah.
reaches out to us and says Rosie was too in awe of Uncle Bob's drawings of Woody Woodpecker and Buzz
God, dude.
Buzzer. You know what? Oh my God! But the mom was also kind of reckless too. She was like, she was like, when Bob won the drawing contest, and he was like, "The money's gonna come in handy with the baby coming in." No, it's art supplies, Mom.
Jeez. They're noting that your sweater vest looks quite good on you today, with Mario Cavazos is saying.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a professional meeting, so I'm flying out to Charlotte. There's a nice hotel over there that we're going to have our convention at. It's a sales managers meeting for Lincoln Financial Group. That's one of the companies that I represent, but I'm also manager with them, but I do represent them as well. Long story short, we have a managers meeting every February in
No.
North Carolina. It used to be in Greensboro, but now we do it in Charlotte. It's easier to get in and out of.
Yeah.
But my lunchtime over there is during the show. So I'm going to try to do half the show tomorrow and half the show on Wednesday. But more than likely, it'll be the second half of the show. So we'll probably need a fill-in guest or a co-host for the next couple of days to start the
Yeah.
show. But I'll hand me the baton at the halfway mark.
Yeah.
I'll,
Look at
I'll,
Tony says he's been to 4 SAFC games. What time is the game on the 7th? Google it. Don't be like them stupid people with the Sims over there and Facebook. What channel is the Spurs game on? What time does the game start? Bro, you got a phone. Google it, bro.
You're online right now. How is that possible?
I know.
People are
It's not like I
apparently
could just look at something and be like, hey, bro, this is what time. Look at Matt Gomez is doing you a solid, Tony. He said 7:30, dog. Go out there, man.
Jason,
First class Mike. We lost Mike. The TSA got to Mike. They didn't let him on the plane. Tony wants to be right so bad all the time. A real SAFC would have known the time. Dude, Google it. Google it.
Joe, what were you streaming this weekend? Or are you just watching nothing but sports?
Oh no, I was watching sports. I was just hanging out. I watched that movie. What's it called? The Substance. Dude, that movie's gross, bro. You should take a look at it. I bet you won't make it, Mike. I bet you won't make it, dude. You'll be like, dude, this is so gross. I'm out.
Oh, dude. How is it gross? What is it? Just
You got to look at it, man. Look at the premise of the movie, like the trailer, and kind of see what it's like. It was gross, dude. It was gross. My nieces are like, let's watch this movie because they're a little older, right? I have older nieces. I'm like, whatever, man. Let's watch it. And I was like, man, this movie's so gross, dude. They liked it. I'm just like, no, man. I wasn't having it, dude. I'm like, I guess it was bad.
dude, I saw a photo over the weekend of Ashton Kutcher. He looks 60 now, dude.
Yeah.
What happened to him, man? He has gone through a wreck of a time. He and Mila Kunis, after they stood up for Danny Masterson, who was convicted of multiple rapes, they stood up for him, and ever since then, his life's gone to trash. Dude. Ashton Kutcher looks old.
Yeah.
That's the weekend takeaway that I had. No celebrity deaths over the weekend. Thank God. We've had way too many for
None
quite
yet.
some time. Now, Chica bought me tickets. Oh my gosh, who was it to? And I'm gonna say it's a famous name. Buddy, and people are gonna make fun of me because someone's gonna know it. It's an 89-year-old blues star from like the 60s, Buddy Guy. She bought me tickets to Buddy Guy. That's gonna be in August. I were listening to his music earlier today. This is great and all, but like, that's taking a chance right there, Joe. That's taking a chance.
Yeah. That is taking a chance, dude. You know what I want to see you take a chance on? SAFC, Mike. Go to the home opener on the 7th.
Is it March 7th or April 7th?
March 7th.
Huh.
You go out there and you can hang out with the Henta before the game. It's free beer, free food.
What day of the week is that?
Saturday.
I might be able to do that.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's fun and the weather should be good. You know, it's not like so hot like it is in the summertime. Right now, dude, it's a good time to be out there.
No, I want to check out a match sometime this year. I don't know which one I'm going to go to, but I'll check out something this year. Spurs Pistons tonight, 6 p.m. tip off. 1.5-point favorite. I'm going to say this, Joe. We need Castle to show up defensively and guard the living crap out of Cade Cunningham. That's all I'm focusing on. Who's going to stop Cade? Because I think Wemby will go off and get his. But who's going to stop Cade Cunningham? Spurs don't fall behind by more than 10. Keep Cade Cunningham under 32 points. Spurs will win.
We'll see, Mike. Like I said, I got faith in the Spurs today, you know, that they're going to win. I just want to see what version we're going to get of Wemby early on. Like, this is a team that you don't want to go down by double digits early on. You know, set the tone, be competitive for the full 48 minutes. This is a game that the Spurs need as far as a statement game is concerned, because if they can win this game, they're going to be put on the map and they're going to be like, mira los Spurs, they're ready now. That's going to be the headlines.
I mean, compound the fact that the Spurs have beaten Denver in Denver. The Spurs have beaten Oklahoma City 4 times out of 5 attempts. Considering the fact the Spurs made the championship in the Emirates Cup, there's a lot of reasons to look at the Spurs and think to yourself, they are contenders. But again, it's just another statement game. They've beaten the Rockets in Houston. It's a statement game. They've beaten the Lakers in LA. It's another statement game. They're racking up all these statement wins, Joe. And at some point, we're all going to have to look at this team and think to ourselves, why not us? That they're actually contenders out there.
Yeah.
And they have experience, maybe not NBA playoff experience for the young guys, but they have teammates who've been there and done that. It's just a different vibe, man. I really like it. So I'm going to let you go, man, because it's getting really crowded out here in the airport.
Oh, wow. Sorry.
No problem. People are getting really close to me and looking at me like within a foot away from me. So I'm going to let you guys go.
Yeah, no, it's time for you to start getting in line, getting ready to go, man. So let's cut it early. It's only a minute short, Mike. So, hey, man, have a safe flight, and we'll get some guests on for this week too, so you can join us.
And show my poster right there, man. Give me a call if you have any questions about retirement accounts, rather. 401k rollovers, 403b, TSP rollovers, things like that. Give me a call, 210-508-0369, 210-508-0369. If you have questions about life insurance, man, it doesn't matter if you smoke pot. Doesn't matter if you have a type 2 diabetes. There's a policy more than likely out there for you. In fact, most insurance companies don't care about marijuana anymore. Give me a call, 210-508-0369. Flight takes off in 33 minutes. Gotta let you guys go.
All right, brother. See you. Have a safe flight. We're out. Peace.
See ya.